Hello everyone, I'm Momita, and today I'm going to channel Yeshua on manifestation and why it is so hard. I wanted to explore what manifestation is about, what actually influences it, what actually controls it, and Yeshua delivers some really amazing insights. The key highlights of this transmission is going to be about where exactly you are going wrong in your manifestations, what exactly entails in manifestation, how much of control you really have in the manifestations, because law of attraction is not the way you think. So there is a lot of misconception floating around, like you create your own reality. You do not have full control over that. This is discussed in one of my previous transmission by Archangel Michael on how God is manifesting through you. And in this one, Yeshua goes into much more depth. The whole transmission is 35 minutes long. Only the first part is available on YouTube. The full transmission is available only for my Ascension Program members, and you can get the membership link in the description as well. So, in the full transmission, Yeshua talks about the exact method of how thought can manifest our realities. He described some gravitational vortex created by thought, which travels intradimensionally. Like he goes absolutely detailed in that. He also explains the degree of control we have, and two other controversial things he mentions, which is why I have reserved it for only deep learners, students, and enthusiasts of metaphysics in my membership. So I hope you enjoy the transmission. He will start with explaining the higher self concept and then going into our physical reality and then build the manifestation ideas from there. So I hope you enjoy. So, as you already know from this channel's previous transmissions on higher self, what higher self is, we'll do a quick recap to give you an idea so that we can build on that idea. So, your higher self is a 12th dimensional being, and every time a higher dimensional being chooses to experience a lower dimensional experience, the energy trickles down. It does not remain in its full form, full force when it's in its original form. So your higher self has capabilities, powers, knowledge, and information that you will never have, mainly because you have chosen to highly focus your intentions and your experience in the microscopic version. So from your higher self perspective, you are really being observed under a microscope. You are experiencing as your higher self the reality through the microscope of this human life. But your higher self is not just its human life. So your higher self is looking at your experiences through a microscope. And what you are experiencing is a microscopic view of what your higher self is capable of. So now the point is, when you are narrowing down your focus to only experiencing your life, you are also limiting and kind of zooming things out from your view of what you are truly capable of. You are forgetting, in other words, kind of creating a bubble reality to experience a limited version of your true self fully. That's the whole point of living the human life. What you are experiencing is a fraction of your higher self, but in great depth. So when you are living your life, your higher self gets to experience this specific microscopic aspect of it in high resolution. It just goes deep into it, thus bringing out all the things that it needs to learn about itself when it is operating from this microscopic aspect. But your higher self is not just experiencing your life, your higher self is also experiencing your parallel lives. As you know, that every time, every action that you're making is split into different parallel realities where you have taken that action or you have not taken that action or you have done somewhere in between. So each one of those lives are led in a different way, and your higher self is experiencing each one of those lives, including yours, in great depth and taking all the feedbacks together all at once. So you could say your higher self has billions of eyes because it's living through each one of your realities and learning something about itself, So how does this trickle down to your manifestations? Well, you are not fully experiencing the full breadth, width, and the entirety of what you are capable of, because that is something your higher self can. Since you are in the microscopic realm of who you are, many of your things, the abilities, are limited mainly because you have forgotten who you are. Your consciousness has not merged with your higher self consciousness yet. That is the point of enlightenment. That is the point of awakening to your true self. The source realization happens when you merge with your higher self's consciousness and experience things from the higher self's perspective despite living in the microscopic realm. So when you attain that level of knowledge and beingness, that is when your manifestation levels unlock to your fullest. Now, most of you are looking into manifestation so that you can feel in control of your life, because there are many things that you experience in your life which are not in your control. And that is by design. Your higher self can experience who it is only when you go through those circumstances, including the negative ones. How would you react to it? That is what allows the higher self to experience itself through your beingness, through your decisions, through your thoughts, through your emotions, through your behaviors. So that is why you feel helpless. So if you truly want to unlock your God level manifestation, then you have to seek enlightenment, not theoretical intellectual knowledge, but becoming your higher self on earth. Because when you do, you will not be wanting to change anything, a single bit of what happens to you, including the negative things, because you will know the purpose of those negative things happening. You will understand why those things happen and why it is important not only for your evolution, but also your higher self's evolution. You will be stepping into your full power and realizing that I can change anything. Why would I want to change? Let me experience and see what happens. Because you know, if you want to change, you can change it in 1 second. So you do not have those information and knowledge, which is why you feel limited. So in short, if you want to unlock your God level manifestation, get enlightened. Now, this is where most of you get stuck, and which is why we have been telling you, most of you, through this channel and other channels repeatedly, there are many ways to enlightenment, and sitting in the mountains, being a monk, is not just one of the paths. You can live your regular life the way you do now and still be enlightened and still live the life the way you are living, but from a perspective that brings you greater amount of peace and happiness in your life, because then you will not seek to control your life. Then you will be in the flow, simply allowing. So that is why manifestation feels hard. Now, I understand you had asked the question about how much influence thoughts have in creating your reality. Now understand this. Thoughts and your emotions represents the greatest of desires of you becoming something right now. So if you are trying to earn money, if you are focusing only on materialism and materialistic gains like money or having a comfortable life, then it means your basic needs are not met by your environment or the society, which is why you are focusing on building the basic material needs. And there is nothing wrong with it. You are prioritizing your livelihood and material safety. So, as long as you are stuck in that trap, it will be very hard for you to experience enlightenment because you are simply trying to build a psychological, physical, material safety first. So, I would urge you focus on that first instead of seeking enlightenment. Do whatever you can to create that material safety. And once you feel you have enough wealth to live comfortably, then you can focus on enlightenment and seeking to change your reality. Now, I know this is not the answer you're looking for, but this is what you need. You don't need to chase enlightenment when you are feeling psychologically unsafe, traumatized by people around you, experiencing injustice of different kinds. What humans are currently going through is collective awakening, realizing that they do not have the support system required to support themselves. So, coming to your questions about thoughts and emotions and creating the reality that you want, having some degree of control over your reality, is to first recognize your needs first. The fastest way of manifestation is when you validate and accept your needs. Most of you are shaming yourself, guilting yourself for desiring what you desire. Most of you do not have self-awareness to simply accept what you desire. For example, most of you in spirituality may have heard this concept of, oh no, if I'm spiritual, I cannot expect the material. I must not charge money for my services. So, in other words, you are shaming yourself for desiring money to maintain your well being in exchange for spiritual services. The problem is, unless you are an enlightened ascended master who has experienced the higher level, higher self level experience of knowing your source, you cannot copy or emulate that, and you should stop trying to. It is okay to be a fallible human. It is okay to accept yourself that you are not there yet. So the first thing is to stop lying to yourself that you are enlightened when you're not. If you are enlightened, you will not seek to control life in any way, shape, or form. Neither will you be disappointed when things that you planned did not happen. You will be completely and totally okay with whatever happens in your life, which none of you are there yet. So accept it. It's okay. You're a human. You're on your path to enlightenment. The fastest way to enlightenment and manifestation is accept that yes, you need money. Yes, you need relationship. Yes, you need love. Yes, you need to move away from people who are harmful for you. Yes, you need emotional fulfillment. Yes, you need sex. Yes, you need food. Accept it without shaming yourself. Accept it, allowing yourself that this is what you came to experience. You haven't come to experience to your life through denial of sex, through denial of money, through denial of hunger, through denial of your basic human needs. You are here to experience the fullness, the richness of physical reality. So go into it. Go fully into it. Unlike what other masters would say that, oh, if you go into materialism, you will not experience enlightenment. So think of it in this perspective. You will experience enlightenment in your own time. And if this lifetime is not meant for you to experience enlightenment, no matter how hard you try, you will not experience it because you are resisting the very thing your higher self wants to experience. So go fully into material depths to the best of your abilities. Experience it until you have nothing more to experience. When you are like, yeah, I've been there, done that, now what? Because when you allow yourself to fully experience the desires you want, then you will be moving into a state of flow, of simply accepting reality the way it is without realizing that you're on the path of enlightenment. You will not be resisting your desires. You will not be shaming yourself for selling your services. You will not be resisting or shaming yourself for wanting sex. You will not be shaming or feeling guilty for prioritizing your well being over your family's. So, first, stop the spiritual bypassing and do therapy or coaching or whatever you need to do to first reach that state of self-acceptance. You will suddenly notice your manifestations have rapidly sped up, because when you accept every part of you without shame, without guilt, there will not be any inner conflict. And when there is no inner conflict, manifestation is rapid.